Well, it's day 2 of AllStars with coverage brought to you by Alienware. I'm joined right now by CaptainFlowers to talk a little bit about how the event is going so far and how offseason is treating him. CaptainFlowers, how's the event going so far?
This event is a lot of fun so far. We got to open up with NA versus EU yesterday, and it was close the whole way, and NA won, which is like the two things I really wanted to see happen. So that was a great way to start things off. And then the rest of the modes, I'm really glad to see it be back to more of like a lighthearted type of event and just doing things for fun and letting the pros sort of goof around a bit with things like the tandem mode and URF and Nexus Blitz. So I think it's been really good so far. I'm looking forward to more.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about this because I know sometimes like whenever AllStars becomes a more for fun event, a lot of the like analysts and people are like, "This isn't real League of Legends." Yes, exactly.
Where's my macro gameplay?
But you are much more of a lighthearted, shall we say, like party guy. I would say, based off my experiences with you. So I assume this is more in keeping with what you would like to see for an all-star event.
Yeah, it's pretty on brand for me. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I think it's really cool, and I think especially just like we're at the end of the year. We just got done with Worlds. Things are in like we hit the climax of the year already. Now we're in the falling action. I remember that from my high school literature class there. Hooray, Mrs. whatever your name was, I remember that. We're in the falling action now, so we've got to just sort of take it easy, let people unwind, and I honestly think that's great for this. Like the players they get to have a lot of fun. The player reaction cams have been absolutely phenomenal. Watching them in tandem mode, watching Uzi's reaction to Licorice one-shotting him in Nexus Blitz and just immediately throwing his hands up and laughing. Like, they're having fun with it, and I think that's what really matters.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying for a little bit is I feel like this event is almost better if it's like an end-of-the-year party. Like, it's in Vegas, people get to go out. I know MasterCard's been throwing all these, like, it feels like every day there's another MasterCard party, and all the players are having a good time. Like, it feels like it's pretty good for everyone.
The MasterCard party before the first night, so it was Wednesday night, I believe. That party was great because they had a bunch of like Las Vegas performers as cosplayers. So you had like Zaya and Rakan as contortionists. You had a Talon who did like parkour, backflipping off of stuff. And my favorite was the Twisted Fate, who actually had really good magic tricks. Me and Kobe are just standing there like minds blown at this guy, like pulling all these tricks off. So it was really cool. MasterCard put on a really good party for that one. So just the amount of fun that everything about this event is, both in the event and then how people, like you said, can sort of just enjoy Vegas and have fun here. I think it's all coming together to make something really cool.
Yeah, what has off-season been like for you? Because it's kind of an interesting time for all of us working on the league side of the industry because there's just not much going on. There's like this, and then there's like ESPN reports of crazy roster trades, and then eventually some tweets saying pending right approval at the end of them. And that's mostly it. So what's it been like for you kind of hanging out? What have you been up to and what have you been enjoying?
So when Worlds first got done, I just went home and slept for a week. I was just pretty much crash and burn. But after that, I think the preseason patch was out at that point. I've honestly just been playing a lot of League and sort of getting a feel for what's new, what's OP, what's like interesting, what do I think is going to be good or bad like in the upcoming season, and also just talking about those things with a bunch of people. Obviously, I keep my eyes on the rosters, but I don't place a lot of value on rumors. Like, I'm looking for those tweets where the player themselves says, "Hey, I'm officially signed with this," because I can listen to a Reddit rumor mill all day, and that's not going to help anything. So I like actually seeing once we get the signs, once we get that concrete information. That's what I really like thinking about, because then you can really start theory crafting what next year is going to look like. But other than that, it's just off season, especially for us, especially for the people who did like the bulk of Worlds. It's a good time to like wind down. It is going to be less busy, and it is important for us to have some of that time to like just take a step back, take a break a little bit, and then get ready because Spring Split will be starting here in a month. So,
what of the announced roster trades have you been really interested in, or are there any that made you kind of like, whoa, I didn't expect that?
So the biggest one that I'm looking at is I think Golden Guardians did a fantastic job, because this is a team that had a really rough first year. They finished back-to-back 10th place in spring and summer, so they had to make something change. Like, it was not working out. And so what happens a lot of times with these teams, at least what we've seen in the past, is you kind of get stuck in a rut. Like, low-tier teams often stay low-tier teams. But now they've brought in a lot of pretty big names. I mean, you've got Haunser, you've got Froggen, you've got players that can really make things happen. You got Ole in Golden Guardians. And I think this team is going to be a lot of fun to watch, to see if they can manage to shake that reputation that they got in year number one. Because the reputation and the expectation now is, Golden Guardians, well, they didn't perform very well. But if you come out swinging, just take down a few of the top teams, which Golden Guardians actually had a winning record against Liquid in the previous year. So if you can do that again, and you've got this really solid roster of players, Golden Guardians looks like a playoff team to me.
It feels to me like the fun thing about Golden Guardians is that in a lot of other with a lot of other teams, you can kind of theory craft and think like, okay, like I don't. This is a sort of a brand new set of players and fresh faces. Like they'll be here. Like Team Liquid, holy moly, they made moves. They'll be here. Golden Guardians, it feels like anything can happen with them, right? Like if those guys perform like they're slumping, it's not gonna be great. But if they perform to some of the best we've ever seen them, they're gonna be crazy. It's gonna be pretty cool. To your point.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the high highs from those players in the past, they're pretty high up there. So I'm always the kind of guy who wants to see players hit the high highs because that lets us make those really cool, really memorable moments that get put in highlight reels for years to come. And everybody's always like, wait, do you remember the time that Froggen popped off or all these other things? And that's what I really want to see.
So I've been asking, it's fun for me in a place like Vegas at an event like AllStars to ask the pro players, like, what have they been up to in Vegas and what have they been doing? I don't know what it's like on the caster side, if you guys get to, like, go out and, like, have a good time, or if you're like, okay, we've got, like, a, 11 a.m. call time, I can't be partying all night. Like, I don't know what it's been like for you here.
So normally I would go out and explore. Unfortunately, for the entire past week, I've been sick. I got better 2 days ago. Yeah, I feel you. And then I got re-sick as soon as we got here because of the cold weather change. I wasn't expecting it to be this cold in the desert. It's pretty cold in the desert at night, turns out. So that kind of got me. So I'm trying to recover and feel good enough because I was told that the after party is going to be really good. So I'm trying to rest up and make sure that I'm at least good enough to have the green light for the after party to go out and have a good time there. So unfortunately, my last night was very uneventful. As soon as show was over, I went back and passed out in my hotel room. And I'm probably doing the same thing tonight. But tomorrow night, Travis, tomorrow night we party.
You're conserving energy for the after party.
Charge it up. That's what you do.
Yes. That's true. I don't really charge it up so much. I kind of just like linger. That's more my thing. It's less of a charging. Yeah, it's just more of kind of like a lot of wallflowering. Like Broden gets out there, he parties. In Miami, he went out to clubs that I didn't know existed and could have those types of things. And I was just sleeping. So big difference between the two of us. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, you said you've been playing a lot of League. How are you enjoying all the preseason changes?
Preseason changes are pretty fun. I've actually been branching out from Skarner a little bit, playing a couple other different champions. So I've been having a lot of fun playing Kha'Zix with Dark Harvest. But Dark Harvest with anything's pretty fun right now because Dark Harvest is really, really strong. So I don't know. I really enjoy the turret plating too because previously I think it adds a cool element to incentivize you to stick around and actually like put damage onto the turret. Because previously I gank your lane, I kill your opponent, I tax your cannon minion, I leave. I don't have anything else to gain there. But now I do that, same steps. Now I'll stick around and actually help you push the turret a bit because I can get some more money myself. And I'm the embodiment of the solo queue mentality. If it's not directly helping me, I don't care. I'm going out to farm some more wolves.
A lot of talent are, I find that. Talent's very like that.
Yes, so when you can give something that incentivizes me to help the team, that means you're promoting teamwork for everyone.
Well, Kobe's here, so now we have to end this. I'm sorry, that's just how it goes.
Oh,
yeah.
Better interview. You're supposed to stay.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, goodbye. Thank you, CaptainFlowers. Final thoughts. Anything you want to say to anybody?
Kobe, you better do a good interview.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, CaptainFlowers, for the interview.
Can't let CaptainFlowers down. Yeah. Well, you're gonna end it? You're gonna do an outro?
No, this is end of part one. It's a cliffhanger. It's a 2-part season ender. And that's it. Thank you so much. You can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Oh, hello. Welcome to the outro to this interview, taking place in Mark Z's suite. That's right. Hopefully that door didn't hurt you, Burden. Anyway, we are in Mark Z's suite right now. If I didn't mention this, by the way, I might have in the past, I do want to give a shout out to Alienware and MasterCard. This is what happens when you've got great partners. Travis Gafford Industries were able to do amazing things like hook Mark Z up with a suite. I mean, obviously I have the penthouse upstairs. I don't really need to brag about that, but it's really incredible to see the support that they're able to provide us. Speaking of things that they're able to provide us, they provided us, Alienware specifically, with some gear that you can win. There's a link in the description. You can check out their new M15 laptop, and you can win it, potentially. Either way, I want to thank you so much. We're going to keep hanging out here in the suite tonight, but hopefully you can win something, and thanks so much for watching.